Hello! Now I will remind you how it is to build your city at the beginning in Forge of Empire. After completing the training, I received full access to construction and began to rebuild my city. The innovation during my studies was a pleasant surprise for me. Instead of 5 minutes for the production of supplies, there was a timer of 30 seconds which greatly speeded up the training, but unfortunately, as soon as the training was completed, the 5-minute production returned. After 40 minutes of building a new city, it finally gained a semblance of civilization. How would you build a new city? I will be grateful for your advice. Okay, it's time to explore several provinces, and I went to the continent map. Armed with the team of 7 spear fighters and 1 stone thrower, we conquered province after province. Of course, there was losses, but fortunately, in the early stages, these losses are very easy to recover. On the first day of building my city, I realized that I don't have enough forge points for research. And this is a big omission of the developers. New players are stuck with the lack of the forge points. Therefore, they require a lot of waiting time before returning to game. It turns out that after 10 hours you spend forge points on research and leave again for a long time, until a sufficient number of forge points accumulate in the city. During this time, new players who are not familiar with Forge of Empire may simply lose interest in it. Next day, when I entered the game, I saw that the forge point scale was full. It's time to collect gold and supplies from production buildings and spend forge points for research. It is very important to unlock a skill that gives access to events. If now, while I am starting to develop a new city, any event were taking place, this would help me level up research more quickly. Another skill opens up the opportunity to join guilds. Well, let's go look for a suitable guild. I want to find a well-developed guild that has free access. Now I'll explain why. I joined a strong guild that gives forge points as a bonus. As you can see, after 11 hours, I will be able to get an additional 12 forge points thanks to this guild. From now on, I will receive an additional 12 forge points every 24 hours when collecting production from the tower hall. And after 2 minutes of playing, it's time to take a break again, since at this stage of development there is simply nothing to do here. All that remains is to wait for the forge point scale to be filled. The second day of the new city's existence is coming to an end. It's time to collect forge points from the tower hall. In addition, the story quest with a great building called the Oracle gives us an additional 20 forge points for its construction, but we used these 20 forge points differently. I want to move into Iron Age as quickly as possible, so I need to develop research. Well, it's time to study a useful technology, the construction of residential buildings that provide 32 inhabitants. This is the best residential building in the Bronze Age. In addition, it is necessary to study the technology of constructing buildings that produce goods. For me, the most important production is dye and stone production. We spend the remaining forge points on other technologies. I also studied the technology that gives access to my friend's tavern. Tomorrow I plan to move into Iron Age. Thus ended the second day of the development of the new city. I built new residential buildings in the city as well as a building producing supplies, and already in the morning I managed to collect coins and supplies from these buildings. Going to the research section, I spent Forge points on thumb technologies. To study all Bronze Age technologies, I need about 20 more Forge points, and I decided to open chests in the city. Fortunately, I managed to find Forge points in chests several times. Everything is ready, and now we can move on to Iron Age. I collected Forge points from my town hall and set out on the journey to Iron Age. Now all that remains is to study all the Iron Age technologies to unlock maximum functionality in the game. I would be grateful for your advice on how best to start developing my city. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos. See you!